The last lesson gave two results. The derivative of the action with respect to time plus the Hamiltonian is 0, and the derivative of the action with respect to each coordinate is the corresponding momentum. Replacing every momentum in the Hamiltonian by the derivative of the action with respect to that coordinate gives a first-order partial differential equation containing only the action itself. This is the Hamilton-Jacobi equation. Like Lagrange's equations and the canonical equations, it is the starting point of a general method for integrating the equations of motion. A first-order partial differential equation has a general integral depending on an arbitrary function, but in mechanics what we want is a complete integral, one carrying as many independent arbitrary constants as there are independent variables. The independent variables are the time and the s-coordinates, so a complete integral needs s plus 1 constants. And since the action enters only through its derivatives, one of them must be simply additive. Here is the key step. Take the complete integral as a generating function and the s arbitrary constants as the new momenta, and carry out one canonical transformation. Because that function satisfies the Hamilton-Jacobi equation, the new Hamiltonian is exactly 0. With a vanishing Hamiltonian, the canonical equations say that all the new coordinates and momenta are constants. So differentiating the complete integral by each constant and setting the result equal to a new constant gives s algebraic equations, expressing the coordinates through the time and two s constants. That is the general integral, and the momenta follow from the action. For a conservative system, the equation is simpler. The time enters only as minus the energy times the time, and substituting leaves an equation in the coordinates alone, the Hamilton-Jacobi equation for the abbreviated action. The geometry behind it is lovely. The level surfaces of the action are wavefronts. The momenta stand perpendicular to them everywhere, and the motion of the particle is the advance of those wavefronts. Here mechanics and optics genuinely become one subject.